Hello and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, my name is Peter, and after that failed camp last time I've decided to come back out to the camp that I usually camp at just for a chilled out one. I've already got a tarp set up here, but it's got a hole in, so I'm going to have to put another one up because it's going to rain tonight. I've had my first disaster as well. I put my bag down and one of my carlin has split and went all over every single piece of gear that I've got. So I've had to lay it all out on the floor down there to dry out. And we'll go through that lot in a bit. I've got my food in that bag there. First of all, I'm going to get a little fire going to dry some of my kit off. And this bag is going to absolutely stink now. It went all the way through the bottom and then actually came out the bottom. It was leaking all over the front of my house. Anyway, I'm not going to let that put me off camping tonight. So I'll get set up and then we can have a chill out. So let's say this is the usual spot that I stay in, where I've put the barbecue down as a fire pit, and I've just put this tarp above, but it's been accidentally burnt there from the fire, and the water staying straight on the top of this, so I don't think this is going to keep me dry tonight, but I'm hoping it does because it's supposed to rain about 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll go and collect some wood, stack it all under here and then start a fire off. God, that sun's blinding me. Do apologise for the sun. I'm trying to record this video in 4K as well, so hopefully the quality is a little bit better. So now that fire's set, I can go and find some bigger logs for later. I don't plan on having a big fire tonight because I'm actually sleeping next to the fire. But I do need it to cook my Sunday dinner tonight. So I'll go and cut some logs for this. And then I need to try and figure out somewhere to stay because it's going to rain at 4:30 and this tarp just won't keep me dry. It's got a hole in. So I've brought some extra sheeting of this. So I'm going to try and build some type of small shelter to sleep in tonight. So I got 3 sticks the same height, which I need for the cooking stand. Sharpen these edges off. So I've cut 3 the same length or similar, and they're the 3 legs for the tripod for the cooking pot. So whilst I'm waiting for that fire to die down, I think I'm going to need about 3 or 4 tent pegs just to try and make a shelter with some tarp that I've got. Don't have to be perfect. So I'm just preparing for the rain at 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't want to be woken up and then having to leave. So they should do. So I'm going to set the shelter up now, and then I can prepare tea So this is how much tarp I've got to play with. So what I'm going to do is tie it to the tree and then just pin it back and then probably sleep somewhere along here. I think I'll keep them stakes when I've took this down in the morning. Right, so this should protect me from the rain later. And from above. It's just enough room to sleep. That's ideal. That'll do. So this is the bag I wanted to try out in the failed camp, the last video, the Snug Pack jungle bag. It's rated down to 7 degrees, comfort rating is 7. A low of 2, which I don't believe it's as low as 2 because I've had it out of the bag and it's fairly thin. So it's going to get to 8 tonight. So this is the first time I've used it really since getting it at Christmas. So I'll give this a go. Hopefully it's decent. Well, I'll let you know that in the morning. Let's say it's fairly thin. And it packs down to the size of a Coke can. See, it's a really thin bag, but it might do the job. I've got the OEX mat Traverse 2.5, but it's a bit wet at the minute, so I'm going to leave the air out and then I'll finish doing the bed shortly. So the other stuff that I've brought with me that you never really see, apart from my axe and my knife and saw, is this lot here. So in there I've got my kettle, the one that I use to heat on the fire, but inside that bag there I've got some wood pellets to go with that stove. It's the wood stove. That's the tripod for the cooking station thing. There's a couple of firelighters in there just in case I couldn't get the fire started. There's a reactor extreme liner just in case it gets too cold. First aid kit, because as you're aware on this channel I always end up smashing my hand or cutting my finger. Torch by Nightcore, chopping board, 4 lagers, that which you see every time. I also bring a power bank which charges my phone 4 times, well I don't really need that, and a lighter just in case I can't light the fire with the flint and steel. And then in here I have another knife that's for chopping the chicken, and this is all my food in here. There's actually a Yorkshire pudding in there that I made at home. But I'm just waiting for that to dry and that fire to die down a little bit, and then I'll set the bed up and then I'll prepare the food. I've also got a coat down there as well because like I said it's going to rain early hours up until about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping to have gone by then, but we'll see how good this bag is. Seems to have dried. Smells like lager though. It's not too bad. This bag usually stinks of fire anyway, but I didn't really want to make it smell any more than it already did. I've also got a pillow as well. My wife made me. Much more comfortable than the one you get from Go Outdoors. I made the sticks a bit big, but it'll do. Touch wood, nothing's gone wrong yet. Having the fire going out a little bit, but that doesn't matter. I'll show you what I've got. I've squashed it, I can't believe it. Chicken drum fillets. A really squashed Yorkshire pudding. Oh, no way. Can't really see it. Show you it later when it actually looks a little bit decent. Right. Got my coffee cup for morning. I always bring 2 drinks. 2 hot chocolates. Right. Peas. They go in last, otherwise they go sloppy. Gravy granules, some salt, and a stock cube. First of all, I did veg. Didn't get any turnips. I'm pretty devastated about. So the carrots, I don't even skin them. I literally just chuck them in. Yeah, again, I'll have made far too much for just me. But, never know, I might get that mouse coming over again from the other video. I always leave the potatoes up massive. I only cut them in half, just so they don't go too soggy. I'll cut them up later. And I'll leave the skin on. Chicken's still frozen, but it won't matter. So what I'll do now is I'll leave that boil for a couple of hours, 1 or 2 hours, and then I'll put the stock in and stuff like that, and then I'll leave it cook for another 1 hour, and then add the peas for the last half an hour, if that, 10 minutes. This is probably one of the best knives I've got. Opinel. I think it was like £12 from Go Outdoors. Haven't even sharpened it once and it's absolutely sharp as hell. Cut my finger on it about 3 times. Yeah, and get that on the fire. Now I just need to get this fire to go a bit higher. So I'm going to put the gravy granules in now, and there's salt and pepper. I'll put the peas in when it's nearly done. So I love these type of camps. Basically come out with next to nothing really. I think it makes, well, what I mean is I think it makes a change from coming out in a tent or a hammock, because you're basically covered up. But the only time I've done a bivvy camp really over here was when it was in the winter time and there was no insects about. There's a fair few spiders and stuff which I've seen, and I imagine the mice will be out again later as they usually are, but I'm just gonna have to get over it, I think. I say I'm not a fan of spiders, but yet I go in abandoned mines where it's full of spiders on the way in, on the entrance, but I think when I do the mines, it's the suit. When I wear the suit, I become invincible to the spiders, so I might just live in the suit, to be honest. Just keep the suit on forever, and then I won't be petrified of spiders. Shame it doesn't work for the dentist. I'd wear the suit all the time. No, I just like these type of camps. I just like to get out and just chill, relax. Just because like everyone goes through certain things in their life and they just want that place just to chill, and this is my place to just chill. So that's why I like to come here. I love the camps with Danny and people like that when I go to the Lake District and stuff like that, but it's just not the same as having a fire on some private land and just basically can do what I want here as long as I don't make a mess. I do need to fix this tap though, above my head. It's got a big hole in. I've been told I can build like a little shelter, but I've just not got round to it, and there's not enough fallen trees. I don't want to be going cutting trees down to make it. I just have to wait for some more to fall and then hopefully make something, but as soon as one falls it goes straight on the fire. I've just put the peas into the pot, but I won't be eating it till I go to bed. As I say, it warms you up before you go to sleep, and especially if it's going to be a cold night, which I assume it is, then I'll just wait. Plus I've still got 3 cans of lager, so I'll drink them and then I'll be having this tea and then going to bed. Not anytime soon though, far too early for me. I'll go to bed, the earliest I go to bed here is about 12 o'clock. I've been sat here now for a good while. A couple of my friends popped over, kindly cut me some logs. I'm chuffed with that because I was basically just pushing them in, and then I just keep having to feed the logs in, but he's come over. It was Charlie actually from one of my videos. He came over and chopped the logs, so he's a lot younger than me, so he's got a lot more stamina, so I've got no chance cutting all them logs, but now the fire's absolutely blazing. But yeah, I just want to talk about that last camp. I don't know whether you watched the video, but if you haven't watched it, I'll put it in the top corner now. So what happened was, everything just kept going bad, and then I just lost interest in the camp completely. But usually them are the type of camps where I just give in, and then I would just stop camping. I would sell my gear and I would just stop camping. But that's why I keep coming back to this spot, because it kind of resets all the badness, I think, like all the bad camps. But yeah, that's why I'm here tonight. But I'm going to sit here now for probably about an hour or so, wait until it gets to 12 o'clock, have my tea, and then get inside this and hopefully have a good night's sleep. I'm pretty sure I will. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here now and listen to the owls. It's one of my favourite things to do when I'm here. So I'll bring you back when I'm having my food. So there's my tea. And this is my really dodgy Yorkshire pudding that I made earlier. I just heated it up on the fires. It's got absolutely terrible tonight, as you can see there. You can't really see, but the wind's picked up massively. It's going absolutely crazy. My mates actually came back and they said they think I'm going to go home because it's literally that bad tonight. I think I looked at the weather and the wind is at 28 miles an hour and it's going to get down to 8. But I'm not feeling the camp again. I failed the last one. Ain't doing it this time. Look at that. Get in there. Might be the worst weather, but that's lovely. This chicken is literally just falling to pieces. So it's 12 o'clock, well midnight now, and the wind's getting absolutely horrendous. So I've basically left half my tea. I'll have that in the morning. I'm going to get it to the bivvy bag and hopefully the wind doesn't destroy this tarp. If it destroys this tarp, I'm going to have to call it a day. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in the morning. Right, I've literally just checked the weather. It says it's 16 miles per hour winds and it's going to get to 28 in 2 hours time. Oh my god. As well as 90% rain. So it's going to get worse. This is going to be a rough night, but I'm definitely sticking it out after that failed attempt on the last video. But yeah, I'm going to try and get my head down. Hopefully I don't get woke up about 4 o'clock with that rain, but we'll see. Morning. This is probably the earliest I've ever got up at this camp, and that's only due to the heavy wind. Hasn't stopped all night. I thought I was going to wake up with no tarp, but that sleeping bag that said it was rated to 7 degrees, it definitely was. I'm going to lay here now. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Just going to chill out, listen to the rain on the tarp. It's only 5 o'clock, so I'm going to get packed away for about 6 o'clock and then head home and go and have a proper sleep, because even though you have a sleep at camp, you don't have a proper sleep. Well, I don't anyway. But anyway, I'll bring you back when it gets a bit lighter. So camp's all tidied up. It's nearly 6 o'clock now. Thought I'll get home, see the wife before she goes to work. So there behind me, camp's all tidy. Tap's still up, I'll leave that. I'll show you what I've done. So my rubbish is in that bag there. Put it in the bin when I get down there. There's my leftover food. There's a lot of water on the top of this tarp, I imagine. Just came off there. Yeah, my bag. Put my light on, I'll show you. But yeah, nothing was left. Fire's gone out. I've taken the tarp down, so I'm going to use it for next time, I think. So I'm quite happy that one was a success, even though it was absolutely windy as hell last night. Well, it still is windy, but that sleeping bag was absolutely incredible. It's not very light in here, is it? That sleeping bag was absolutely incredible. I didn't realise that it actually does exactly what it says. So I think it was about 8 last night, but it says on the app feels like 6. So I don't know whether that. I'll just put that as a 7. So it definitely kept me warm, and I didn't have any base layers on or anything like that. So yeah, really good sleeping bag. Ideal for the summer as well. But yeah, get my stuff, head home, and I will see you in the next video. So if you've watched this to the end, thank you very much. Oh, and I'd just like to say thanks to all the subscribers that have subscribed recently. So thanks very much, and I hope you like the content. And I try and upload about twice a week if I can, depending on work. But yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.